This is actually going to be my January 2017 favorites, and I don't have too many makeup products here. I do have one non-makeup favorite, but I'll save that for the very end. So, the very first item that I have been absolutely loving for the month of January is, well, I finished off a highlighter that was in my Project 20 pan recently, and so I was able to start using this one on a more frequent basis. This is such a gorgeous product. This is one of the new MAC Extra Dimension skin finishes. This is one of their new highlighters. These are actually permanent. They did come out with 4 new shades. This one's in Soft Frost, and this one, I feel like if you have fair skin, I feel like this would look really beautiful on your skin tone. Even if you had a different, a deeper shade of skin, I feel like it would look beautiful on you as well. But fair skin girls, I really feel like you should have them try this out on your cheeks. I was really nervous about this because it does have it looks white in the actual container, but it has this shift. It goes from like a really soft pink shift to a purple shift. It's actually really pretty. So I don't think you're gonna be able to pick it up in the pan, but I did. Let me see if I can give you a swatch here. So that is it on my finger. Can you see that purple shift that it has? It's so pretty. And then on the back of my hand here, maybe you can pick up on that purple sheen. I'm not wearing it on the cheeks today, but that sheen is just beautiful. I love this product. I feel like a lot of brands are coming out with these types of highlighters that have that shifting duochrome kind of essence to them, but this one is a really beautiful one. I did have another one on my wish list, but I think I'm good with this one. I think I'll hold off. I don't think I need any of the other ones. One of the other ones that actually looked like a bruise on my skin. It was definitely meant for, somebody with a much deeper skin tone than I have. So that was my first favorite. And then this one's kind of a surprise because initially I absolutely hated this item, hated it. And this is the Benefit They're Real Tinted Primer. This is actually a brown primer. It does have the same type of brush wand that the original Benefit They're Real has. So you can see there it's the same, it's the same type of spiky wand, and then it has that little spiky ball at the very end of it. And the difference between this and the original, this one's brown, but it leaves your lashes feeling really soft. And I tried it out with the Benefit They're Real mascara, and I did not like that combination. It looked fine like on film or whatever when I'm filming, but up close my lashes were just so clumped together and it did not look good. So I did find a way that I could use this, and I put it down on my bottom lash line, and then I'll go in with this other item. And this other item has definitely been a surprise favorite as well. This is the MAC in Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash, and it's just one of the little samples that they send out with, any online MAC order. So this one has a very pokey wand as well. But I found that this is a really nice bottom lash mascara too. So maybe you can pick up on how fine those little teeth are on the brush, but just the combination of those two together, I do have that on my bottom lashes today. Sometimes I can go a little overboard with the MAC one and make it look a little extra clumpy if I want extra clump that day. Sometimes I like a clumpy mascara, sometimes I don't. But for the most part, this will comb out any clumps that you have in your lash line, and it'll definitely make them look a lot longer. I've really been enjoying this, and it's definitely been rivaling my Clinique bottom lash mascara that I've been using for years for the bottom lashes. So this is a really lovely combination. I was quite surprised. Speaking of lashes, I did mention this in one of my most recent haul videos, and this is the Shiseido eyelash curler. There is just something about this. I love the packaging of it. I love how smooth it is when you use it. Like, it doesn't catch. It's a very smooth, crimping curler. I will say I have had my lashes, not my lashes, but the skin around my eyelashes pinched every single time that I've ever curled my lashes ever, from the very first eyelash curler I bought until the one before this one, I have not pinched my skin around my lashes once since I've had this. And I feel like I have pretty big, you know, I might not have the biggest eyeballs ever, but I feel like my eyes are a little bit more round than the average person, and I have a longer lash band, I guess you would say. I don't know, but I have trouble fitting all of my lashes in with the standard eyelash curler. This one has really helped. Once in a while, I'll not be paying attention. I'll have to go back in and like curl the front part of one of my eyes, but I love this thing. If you guys are on the hunt for an eyelash curler, this is a pricey curler, but I really do recommend it. This has been my all-time favorite eyelash curler I've ever had, ever. And I've had quite a few this past, I would say, 18 months. I've been dabbling in new eyelash curlers, trying to find the right one. This one, unless my Project 20 Pan update video hasn't went up, and this is going up first, here's a little spoiler for you guys. I did finish off my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm really sad about that. I have this love-hate relationship with this concealer, and I use this for not only the under eye area, but sometimes if I need to spot conceal something on my face, I use this as well. I have the lightest shade that they have in the NW range. I have NW15, and I did pop the top off mine so I could get everything out of there. Once you get down to a certain point, you can't pump it out anymore. If you've tried everything and you cannot get the cap off, I will link a video down in the description box. There's a method on there that I made a video about, and that was the only way that I can get mine off. I cannot pry it off with the other methods that people have online, so if you're struggling with the other methods, maybe check that out. I'll leave it down there for you, but I have to say, I used to absolutely hate this concealer underneath my eye area. I felt like it gathered in all of the little fine lines, and I felt like it creased up almost immediately. And I found that the more that I hydrate my under eyes, I feel like the major problem is that I didn't have the right eye cream. I wasn't moisturizing enough. And even though I do have dry skin, and I definitely tend to over moisturize sometimes, I wasn't moisturizing enough. And I feel like that is the main problem, because I definitely have more fine lines now than I did 2 years ago when I first tried it out. You know what I mean? So I have definitely fallen back in love with this. I've done this thing where I like it, and then after a couple months, I'll absolutely hate it, and I won't use it for a couple months. Then I'll pull it back out, and I'll fall back in love with it, and then I'll hate it again. But I've really enjoyed using this item, and I'm sad to see it go. I'm definitely going to see if I can hold off until MAC has another one of their promo code, discount code things going on. They just had one around Black Friday, so I'm crossing my fingers that there will be another one, but if not, I think this is $20 or just under $20, so it's relatively cheap, I think, for an under eye concealer. Another MAC product that I recently stumbled upon, I don't know how I misplaced things, but this was in a completely different area than the rest of my makeup. When we had moved, I had set this off to the side with some of my Milani shadows, and I found those too. So this is something that I haven't talked about in a very long time, but this is the MAC blush in Well Dressed. You're not going to be able to really see it in this lighting, but I do have a pretty decent dip. There's just a little divot going on the inside of this blush. Yeah, there's a chunk missing, but that's not what I'm referring to. There's definitely a little dip forming on this. I'm going to try and use this up this year. This is one of the best blushes for fair skin. I have cool, leaning to neutral undertones with my skin, and this is a gorgeous blush. I would say if you have anything higher than an NW or NC 20, 25, anywhere around there, or lighter, test this out if you haven't already. I definitely think that this is one of the best lighter blushes. It always looks beautiful on the cheeks, and depending on if you have warm undertones or cool undertones, I feel like it looks just a little bit different on everybody. So I really like using this one for kind of a gradient effect. I'm panning a blush in my Project 20 pan right now, and so I'll put that when it's a little bit darker. I'll put it towards the back of my cheeks like I did it today, and then I'll use this to kind of go more towards the front of my cheeks so it has more of a gradient effect or an ombre effect, and I feel like it just helps it to blend a little bit better. It makes it look a little bit more natural than having a really loud pop of blush on the cheeks. So I don't know, I really like this and I definitely recommend it if you have fair skin tone. So I have been using my Urban Decay Naked palette recently, and I'm trying to pan this year in case you haven't seen that video, but I have actually fallen back in love with one of the shades in here. And when I first had this palette and I first started playing with it, I steered clear of the shadow. I did not want nothing to do with it. But I have to be really careful because my mirror wants to fall out of my palette. So this is the shade Sidecar right here, and I have definitely fallen back in love with this. I love this all over the lid. It's such a beautiful color all over the lid. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the kind of sparkly shimmer pieces that are in this. I don't think it's going to show up on a hand swatch either, but that is what it looks like on my hand. I actually enjoy the chunks of glitter that are in this shadow. I feel like it just adds a little something to the lid. Sometimes I'll put down like a glitter primer on my lid before I put this shadow down, and I feel like it holds the little glitter chunks on there. I just think it looks pretty, and it's just been one of my favorite looks that I've been doing with the Naked palette, trying to pan it. So I just thought I'd throw that in there. Really fallen back in love with that one. Last thing that's on my favorites is something that's, you know, it's a little embarrassing, but I don't have TV. So I just barely found out that there are Judge Judy full episodes on YouTube, and I know that's probably not the most honest thing that I could be doing is watching television on YouTube, but I have to say I've been obsessed with Judge Judy episodes. I love Judge Judy, so I just wanted to throw that out there. If you love Judge Judy too, just type in the search engine on YouTube, Judge Judy full episodes. I love her when she just rips a defendant a new one or the plaintiff a new one. She's got a mouth on her, and it's really enjoyable to watch, and it gives me a little giggle, and it's just entertaining. So in my downtime, that's what I've been watching lately. So I have had a couple issues with my internet lately. I might have to go to like Starbucks, or I think I have a Walmart next to my house and it has a McDonald's on the inside and they have free Wi-Fi. I might have to go and see if the internet over there will work a little bit better than the house internet. I've been having some major issues, so hopefully this will get up to you guys and it won't be delayed for too long. But anyway, those are all of my favorites for the month of January. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.